Alright, that's massive. I'm going to leave it alone. That's something that rolled on my foot. I'd probably end up in the hospital. So, hello, thanks for watching the video. Today we're going to be looking at this tool that I came across at Goodwill. Did not know what this was. My first reaction was it's some kind of plow part. And soon after seeing it, someone working at Goodwill came by and I said, hey, what is this? And he was an older guy as well. And he thought it was a plow without me even saying anything. So we're kind of both thinking the same way, but I mean, it would not plow very wide rows, looking like that, because that's this pretty small hook, tine, or whatever you would call that. But I actually took a picture and did a Google search on this and found out this is a log lifter, and it's complete. There's no additional parts needed. So it's got this really thick handle. It's sturdy and heavy. I'd say this is probably like close to 16 to 20 pounds. Made from some good solid steel, at least it appears to be. Look at how thick the gauge is. So yeah, it's a log lifter, and this is the base. I'm going to give you some measurements here on this, and it's made from earthworth, the best that I can tell. Theirs says it's 48 inches. I measured the length, and it's not quite, this one's not quite 48 inches, but I may have not measured it right. Let me show you a comparison with the shovel handle and this pitchfork handle. There's a pitchfork. Shovel's the same, really, but you can see how thick this log lifter is compared. Yeah, this is made for like moving logs so that you can cut them off the ground and not damage your chainsaw blade, and cutting in the ground. So yeah, it's a pretty neat concept, for manipulating and moving rowing logs. Maybe it has the dual hooks. Now I think there's what's called a PEAVEY that is similar to this. It has like a hook, or has like a spike on the end. So this has the double hooks. I'm sure there's other names for this. They're calling this a log lifter. This is really sharp, heavy steel. This is really sharp too, so you want to be careful with this. Bolts appear to be pretty solid. So I really didn't know the name of this because there's no label. This label here is kind of a warning label. For wearing goggles with this, in case there's flying chips, that type of thing. So we'll see if we can kind of figure out how to use this, and I do have some purposes for this, so let's see how well it works. Let's get those measurements out of the way. So I'm getting around 40, almost 43 inches. I'm getting right at 16 inches. In the base, I'm getting around 10 inches. So I found a situation here that may be a good place to start. Here's some cross ties, and this one right here is off the ground. This one is sunk, partially buried in the ground. So if these were like trees and you wanted to cut these up in sections with a chainsaw, well, this one would be very ideal right here. You could cut right through that, and you wouldn't be, going into the ground. At least this part of it here, maybe over there, some. But this one would clearly, especially if you couldn't lift this, you were by yourself, or even with a team. This is a situation where you're going to have to figure out how to get this off the ground or out of the ground, or just cut through it, and you're going to have to continue to sharpen your blade. So with this right here, we're going to lift this. Now what I do, if I have a log like this, I want to lift it, and then I want to put something under it, like a smaller limb, so that it will stay there. So let me try to find something like that. All right, so yeah, I'd want to use something like this. Just slide under it so that I could maybe cut like right there, and it would be off the ground. So let's take our log lifter. This has been embedded in the ground for a couple of decades. So yeah, that would be perfect for something like that. Then I could make my cut here, and then continuing doing the same thing on down. So very easy to lift. This is not rotted by any, I mean, it's been treated, so yeah, there's no rot there. That's heavy. That is heavy. Okay, here's part of a 100-foot pine tree that I cut up 2 or 3 years ago. I wished I would have had something like this. Would have made it much easier. Let's see. Here's kind of what they show a picture of for cutting these by yourself. You can actually turn this log upright, at least a good foot off the ground, and just make an easy cut. Now, I don't know why you'd want to do that with something like this log. I don't have any really longer than that. But if it was maybe twice the size, let me show you what you could probably do with this. So we're going to take our lifter. We're going to try to get us a nice bite in the center of this log. And, you know, we could make our cut, like I said, if it was a bigger, longer log. Yeah, it would hold it there, steady. Granite tabletop. This thing is massive in weight. Have no idea how much something like this would weigh. But it's embedded in the ground. I can't get it out with my hand. I don't want to do anything really with this, but I'll try to move it with the log lifter and see what it can do. It's probably 4.5, 5 foot long. I don't even know how thick the thing is. At least probably 7 inches or something, maybe 8 inches. So I could easily turn it over, but I'm afraid it may break the handle. And it's really soft there. And I don't really need it lifted over. All right, that's massive. I'm going to leave it alone. That's something that rolled on my foot, I'd probably end up in the hospital. So, yeah, it'll lift that. It's good leverage. Okay, take a look at this. So the tree broke off up there. Embedded here in ivy. It's a good 12, it's a good 10 foot, 11 foot. Massive. Let's give it a measurement. So this is like 19 inches. So the jaws are just not big enough to get around this, this part of this log here. But I want to see if we can actually move it some. If we can do that with the log lifter, that'd be pretty impressive. Would be nice if the base was about at least 6 inches wider. But this is obviously made for smaller logs. So let's see if we can just move it and budge it. That would be pretty impressive, I think. Yeah, it's just I can't get a good bite on it, and it's you know, kind of rotten. So yeah, got its limitations for sure. Guess that'll be it for this video. Log lifter from, I believe it was Earthworth. Very awesome tool, I think. Glad I got it. Definitely can use it. Wish I would have had it 20, 30 years ago. I think I'm going to end video here, but I'll probably try to do this cross tie here or move this. I want to be able to get my vehicle around to the backyard a little easier, and this is kind of an obstacle. So anyway, I'm going to call it an end. Thank you for watching the video. I hope it's been helpful. Until next time, have a nice day. Take care.